everyone, Darko here for your weekly trade example. I will be talking about two trades, one winning trade and one losing trade. So basically, the first pair that I will be covering is pound Kiwi. I talked about this level in the PMA, and I was talking about watch this level for a potential trading opportunity. And by the time I grabbed the mic for the the next following PMA, I was recording, so price was already filled, so I didn't, I was a bit, it might be unclear about the pending order, so some people catch it, some didn't, so by the time I recorded the second PMA, price was somewhere in here, if I'm not mistaken. So what was the reason behind this trade? Well, the yearly chart is a bit iffy because I don't see any clear direction. It's more bearish than bullish, but since 2018 price had been sideways, okay, and you see that clearly on the monthly and weekly chart. What stands out to me is this level. Why? Look at this high intense candle, and we have I have a specific system where I look for, in this case this is a fresh level, price breach that level, retest that level as a support at the first time when price is retracing on a weekly chart. And it's also the correlation between wicks and bodies on the neckline end. It's very clean. Those are the clean levels that I like. The same with this level in here, and I really like this level. These are the levels that I'm focusing on, clean levels in alignment with my underlying bias. In this specific case I used hands-on. Okay, I had a natural stop, I think if I'm not mistaken was 160 pips with front running and everything. Let's see here, yeah, 140 plus 25, 165, let's say just 170 pips. Okay, and price went up like over like 200 some, yeah, 250. Okay, so obviously I took 50% off, and because of the amount of pips I made, I left my stop loss in here in case price comes back to a next entry, or sorry, for the for the second time, and then go up, because even if price stops me out, this still will be a reduced win. It will not be a losing trade. Okay, so there are times in the market where there is like no clear direction, but there are good trades. Okay, look at this trade on a daily chart. This is a clean set and forget. Price is breaching this level deep enough to use it as a natural stop, and we convincingly re-establish with background space the entry in here with a low stop loss. So this could still head up heavy and touch this monthly and weekly for a final target, and that's huge amount of pips. Like from here, if we do so, let me just make this bigger. So from here to that, I wouldn't like wait for the last pip. That's over, like, just say for the sake of it, 450 pips. Well, with a 170 pip stop loss to make 400-ish pips, that's good trade. Okay, so that is the reason behind it, and obviously everything is recorded in the PMAs, so you can always watch those PMAs if you become a paying client. The losing trades, we had some people exited at break even, because by the time price was up in here, before we retested, I went very clearly through that, the pros and cons with staying in it or exited, and based on my tone and the way I put things together, it was more beneficial to exit at break even rather than doing anything else. Some people exited at break even, and some people took a reduced loss. Okay, so what was the reasons behind this trade? Well, yearly has been down since 2021. Okay, for 3 years we are making lower highs and lower lows. Okay, we had a very clean, do you remember what I said on pound Kiwi level? This is another clean level, and this happens to be identical with the weekly. So I have monthly, weekly, monthly is down, weekly is down, yearly bias is down. We have an identical necklines on monthly and weekly, and it looks super juicy on my entry time frame. Okay, price is making lower highs and lower lows. Okay, so what we did, we entered in here, price was like ranging for ages, and then we, geez, this happens. Okay, and obviously the stop loss was in here, and I grabbed the mic somewhere in here. I said, you know what, price might be due, and then by that time, if I'm not mistaken, we had a fixed weekly candle, and I said, you know what, price could very well now, when we see this happening, because we have specific rules, like when do we know when support becomes resistance and resistance becomes support. I teach that within the paid membership. So price told us in here that actually resistance became support. Okay, if that's the case, you have two options: have faith, or like the analysis tells you, like, you know, stay in it and let the probability do its thing. Or second option is, you know what, let's regroup. We have things that we didn't have by the time we entered the trade that we have now, that might give you more beneficial to use option number 2 than option number 1. And option number 2 was to exit at break even. Okay, some people did, and then price did this. You have to be okay that if this happens and you exit at break even, at least you had a game plan. You are doing the exact same thing at every single given time. Okay, we have specific reasons why we want to exit at break even. Okay, and there was also less reasons to just reduce your stop loss and see what's happened, because price could very well make a lower high and do this. Okay, so in this specific case, like I said, some people took break-even trade and some people took a reduced loss, and that happens. And I always combine my PMAs with some motivational talking. And from January 1st of January to last December, if you are, like, I would say anywhere between 50 to 60% win ratio, you're a monster. You are a true monster in trading. Okay, there are periods of time within the year you might have like 70, maybe 75, 79, max 80, and there are times within the year where you have like 40% win ratio. But overall, if you are within this range, you are a monster. Okay, because you'll never be right 9 times out of 10 in trading, and if anyone tells you that, they are lying to you. Okay, trust me when I say this. So don't worry about losing trades. Reduce losses, no worries. Full losses, no worries. If you take 10 trades, you could very well end up losing on 5 of them, and then you have home runs, or at least 5 great trades. We had like one like a couple of super great trades for the past weeks or so. These 2 trades pays for 5 full losses, and you are still break even. Okay, 4 or 5 full losses. It just like it doesn't matter how much you lose. What it matters is how much do you make when price is going in your favor, and how much do you lose when price is going against you. That's the question that you need to ask yourself. And what type of trades are you taking? Are you all over the place? Do you have a specific game plan? Are you waiting for the same stuff every single time? Do you know what you are doing? Are you being mentored by someone who knows what he or she is talking about? How long are you a stage 1 trader? 2, 3, 4? Okay. So these are the questions that you need to ask yourself. And that's what I'm providing twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, analyzing the live market. Take it from there. And whenever there are questions, I will cover those in Thursday's PMA. And this week I recorded 2 PMAs for Monday, part 1 and part 2. They both were like 28 minutes each, covering all the 27 pairs in great detail. Okay, and on Thursday will be the next PMA that I will be recording. And in between, answering questions in the chat room, my email, whatever suits the members. Now I showed you a reduced loss, and let's see what this week has to offer. We have several pending orders, and if you let me just pause the recording for 1 sec, and I will get back to you. If you are interested in what we are providing, go to forexmentor.com/cc and read about our service. And also, if you want to join, that's forexmentor.com/cc/join. We have monthly rates, we have yearly rates. Okay, and make sure that you follow me on LinkedIn. I showed that link in my previous PMA, and make sure that you listen to our podcast, Forex Trading Coach Podcast by Darko and Vic. Okay, so that's it for this week. Make sure that you support this video by hitting the like button, and if you find this useful, if you don't find it useful, don't worry, and I will talk to you soon. Have a nice week, and looking forward to record my next free video for you on social media next week. Thanks. Cheers.